Hi YouTube, this is Courtney A 2001. This is kind of just a let's talk blabber type video. What I really want to talk about today is that not all hairstylists are bad. I know that for a lot of the YouTubers that I personally follow, who are on healthy hair journeys, a lot of them are stylist free. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. When I first started my hair journey, I tried to basically mimic everything that a lot of my hair idols were doing as far as being stylist free. I was trying to do my own relaxer, do my own trims, and it just did not and was not working for me whatsoever. So, I just wanted to kind of tell you all about what my experiences have been with hairstylists and kind of how I got to the point that I am now with my current hairstylist, and just like some of the things that you should look for and or do if you're searching for or trying to tell if a stylist is good or not. So the first thing I guess I could start with is that how I first met my current hairstylist, who I absolutely love and will be my hairstylist until she retires, God forbid, or something like that. But she's a young lady, so hopefully that won't be anytime soon. But for those of y'all who know, if you have seen the videos on my channel, basically I got a set of braids in. I took them down, attempted to detangle, did not do a good job of it, tried to do my own relaxer, got in the shower, my hair matted up like crazy, and I still was trying to detangle in the shower, and basically I had breakage like crazy, and ultimately about 4 inches of my hair had to go. I know. So I was trying to do the grow it out, cut, grow it out, cut, grow it out, and cut some off, but I was so tired of looking at my damaged hair until I was just like, you know what, I need professional help. I need somebody who can cut my hair and help me get it back to health. So I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she, had recommended her because basically she'd also had an experience with a bad hairstylist. And so I ended up going to her, and that's kind of how I got to where I am now. Now, also for those of y'all who don't know, I go to my hairstylist once a month, either for a wash and set or for my relaxer. And I absolutely love her. So I guess the first thing that I wanted to talk about is like what to look for in a hairstylist. And the first thing is being scared versus being selective. If you're scared of the hairstylist, like, that is not somebody you need to go to. I remember vividly, like way back when I first started my hair journey, like before I went through my horrible setback, I went to this lady. I had taken down my braids and my hair was healthy. It was long, like it had to have been almost armpit length. And she went on and on about how damaged my hair was, and sat there and cut my hair from almost armpit length all the way up to ear length. Like the longest part of my hair was ear length. And I remember going home and boo-hooing, and I promised myself I would never sit in another hairstylist chair and just feel like I'm being held hostage and let them do whatever they wanted to do to my hair. So after that, I found a hairstylist back home that I liked, but then when I moved, the journey started all over again. But anyway, the first thing is you need to be selective about who it is that you go to. You need to, like, I'm just saying, you can't just go to anybody. Like, if you have like a great recommendation, or if you don't have a recommendation and you're interested, like, go and watch like exactly what it is they do, how they work with other customers' hair, and like have a consultation with them to at least get an idea of what it is, or how they are as a stylist, which kind of leads into the second thing, which is to pay attention. Like, you have to pay attention to what that stylist does. Like, if they're rough with their current customer's hair, then what do you think they're going to do to your hair? If they're leaving the current customer's hair's relaxer in for 30 to 45 minutes until their scalp is on fire, then you don't need to be in their chair. So you definitely need to pay attention to what it is that they're doing, what their techniques are, how they work as a stylist, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, to me, those are important things. And the next thing you need to do is be vocal. Let your hairstylist know exactly what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking for, what your goals are, and have a serious conversation with them. And while you're paying attention, let them know what it is that you want. And if they're doing something that you don't want, speak up for yourself, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make any sense to pay somebody to do something that you don't want to your hair. Isn't that backwards? So you need to pay attention, be selective, and be vocal. Basically, when I first met my hairstylist for the first time, I'd already scheduled an appointment, but before she did anything to my hair, we sat down and talked about basically what had happened, what I wanted, what she could do to help get my hair back to health, and exactly how much I needed to cut off before she ever touched my hair with a pair of scissors, before she put a comb in my head, like, you know, like she looked, and then from there we basically had a consultation and we talked about what it was that she felt that I needed. She didn't force me to do anything that I didn't want to do. She didn't, you know, some hairstylists can make you feel so bad if, you know, like they feel like you need a trim and you say no, or they want to do this to your hair and you say no. They make you feel like, you know, like you have just sinned against God, and that should not be the way it is. So the way my hairstylist is, she will suggest, but she will not force. Another thing that she does that I really like, which to me a good hairstylist should do, is like when she's trimming my hair or styling my hair, I am facing the mirror. She doesn't turn me away so she can sneak and do whatever she wants to do, and then voila, she turns me around and I'm looking like this is not what I asked for. So I remember vividly the first time after my cut that I got a trim, and I was so nervous. And so I asked her, you know, how much are you going to cut off? And she took a tiny section of my hair and trimmed about no more than 1/4 of an inch, probably not even that much, probably more like 1/8 of an inch, and showed me in her hand, this is how much I'm gonna cut off. And from that day on, anytime I get a trim, which is about every 4 months, she faces me towards the mirror as she trims my hair so I can see exactly what she's doing, which is something that I love. So the next thing that I think you need to pay attention to is the pricing of a stylist. Now, I know based on certain areas, prices can vary. Like, you know, like if you're staying in like California, New York or something, services may be more expensive. However, at the same time, like if you're paying $10 to $20 for a relaxer and set or flat iron, unless this is like a close friend or close family member or somebody that you really know well, I would be kind of leery, because if you're paying that little for that service, then you may really just be getting a $10 to $20 service. So to me, pricing does kind of make a difference, because sometimes when people or hairstylists are really cheap with their pricing, it kind of, you know, affects the type of service that you get. I would also say pay attention to the type of products that they're using. If they're using products that's, I mean, how can I say this? I don't think there's anything wrong with using stuff that's like bought at Stylist or your local beauty supply store, but I also think it's great if you're going to a salon and you're paying a salon price. I feel like they should be using salon products. It kind of depends on, you know, your hairstylist and what they're doing, because I know my hairstylist back home, we use box perms and she did a great job. So it really just depends on your stylist. But if they're charging you $200 for a relaxer and they're using a Just For Me kit, to me something isn't adding up about that price and that service. So, and on the same token, if they're using products, pay attention to what they're using, because like you don't want them to be using something that's like contains mineral oil, or like I remember my former hairstylist way back in the day, she used to use Pump It Up. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like this stuff that like leaves your hair like rock hard and it takes like 2 to 3 washes to wash out. It is the worst feeling to ever have in your hair. And so I'm saying, like, if they're styling your hair and they're using Pump It Up like as a set or holding spray, that's something that you need to be paying attention to, because that's not the type of product that you ever want to touch your hair. So I would definitely say pay attention to price as well as service. Another thing for me that's important is that my hairstylist is not only friendly, but like that her hair looks well taken care of. I mean, I'm sorry, but I feel like as a hairstylist, you are a representation of your work. So if your hair looks like you just rolled out of bed and came to work, why would I let you touch my hair? That's just me. I know everybody is different. Like, unless it's somebody that I've known for years and you're just having an off day. But upon my first meeting, if I meet you and your hair looks like you just rolled out of bed, I'm not letting you touch mine. I mean, I'm just saying, because it looks like you can't take care of your own situation. So how you gonna help me with mine? So that's just me. But just to kind of give a recap, you need to be selective. with whose chair you ever actually sit in. Pay attention to their work and what they've done for other customers. Be vocal about exactly what it is that you want. And also pay attention to the price and, you know, associated with those services. Another thing that I know is important to a lot of ladies, because I know a lot of women have a great stylist, and their biggest thing is that their stylist overbooks. So they spend countless hours in the salon and like parts of their weekend just trying to get like a simple wash and set or a relaxer. To me, that's part of what makes a great hairstylist a great hairstylist. I mean, I know things happen. Sometimes people can be backed up, but there should never be a time, in my opinion, where you need to wait more than 10 to 15 minutes max for a hair service, unless like it's just like a really off situation. But with my hairstylist that I'm currently going to, like if I walk in within 5 minutes, I'm in the chair. My hair is being washed or my relaxer is being applied or you know, whatever. Like today I went to the hair salon. I had a 8:30 appointment. I was under the dryer by like 8:55 and I was out of there by 10 o'clock. And that's how it should be. Like I should never need to spend 8 hours in a hair salon. And I remember when I was interning in Tennessee, I went to this great hairstylist and she was awesome. But she always had like 10 people booked at the same time, and I would spend like my whole evening at the hair salon. Don't nobody have time for that. Like seriously, like, you know, you want to do other things besides sit at the hair salon all day. So to me, if that's something that's important to you, that's something that you need to pay attention to. And I thought there was one other thing that I wanted to say besides being on time prices. Oh, I know the other thing. As far as where a hairstylist is that's good, I would definitely say, how can I put this? Okay, my hairstylist works at a JCPenney salon. I have never been to a JCPenney salon in my life. Every place that I went was either like somebody's house or like an actual salon, like standing on its own that they worked at. And so I was a little, I don't want to say leery because like I have nothing against JCPenney, but I mean, I just never been to the salon, so I never would have thought that I would find my gold as far as a hairstylist at a JCPenney salon. So definitely be willing to give somebody a try. Like, while you need to be vocal and pay attention to make sure that you're getting the services that you want, once that person shows you that they can trust you, then allow them to do their job and kind of help you to get your hair to where it needs to be. So, because like I said, my hairstylist is awesome. She knows about like moisture versus protein balance. Like she's just really good, and I just appreciate so much, and I'm so thankful for having found an awesome hairstylist to help me along my hair journey. So like she's great. So basically the reason that I made this video is to kind of give you some tips on what to look for in a good hairstylist, but also just to let you know that everybody who's on a hair journey is not hairstylist free. And if that's something that you want to do, I totally applaud you. Go ahead, girlfriend, because I tried it and it did not work for me. But if and when you find a hairstylist, like it's like finding, what is it? A diamond in a haystack. Ooh, I can't remember the quote. But anyway, it's basically like you struck gold. So when you find that person, hold on to them and, you know, keep them. But at the same time, don't be so experimental until you just let any and everybody go in your head and do whatever it is they want to do. But if you are interested in a hairstylist or want one, please do go find a good one. So I stay on the East Coast, in Virginia to be exact. So if anybody's like looking for a good hairstylist in that area, just message me or leave a comment below and I will be happy like to give you her information. But I'm just not gonna like put that, you know, like on the video unless somebody's like truly interested. But yeah, so don't be afraid to, you know, have a little help with your hair journey if you need it. And if you can do it all by yourself, that's great too. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Love, peace, and blessings. Bye guys.